Hey, Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club members, are you ready to take your crypto game to the next level? Well, buckle up because we've got something huge for you. As a member of the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, you're already part of the future of finance. But what if you could stack even more Bitcoin without waiting? That's right. We're talking about exclusive loans designed just for you. Through the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, you can apply for a fast member-only loan. Use the cash to buy Bitcoin right now while the market's hot, and watch your stack grow as the revolution unfolds. It's simple. Call us, get approved, and turn that loan into Bitcoin. Pay it back on your terms while you HODL like a pro. Why wait for the moon when you can fuel the rocket yourself? This isn't just a loan, it's your ticket to owning more of the future. And because you're part of our tight-knit community, you get VIP access to rates and support outsiders can only dream of. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your phone and call or text 941-413-6920 to apply now and start stacking SATs today. The Bitcoin revolution waits for no one, especially not you. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where members don't just HODL, we build. See you on the blockchain.
And we are live here in Sarasota, Florida, lovely Sarasota, Florida, while the rest of the fucking country is basically drowning. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver, actually Bitcoin Ben. And today we got Jay.
Hello. Good morning to everyone.
My boy, what's up, brother? How are you?
Fantastic. It's a beautiful day, and I'm traveling to freezing Iowa in 32 degrees weather later today. But it's going to be a mission that is going to prove to be very beneficial for all of our club members.
Absolutely. Let me lay out in general, no names, what you are doing up there, and let me know if I am correct. We've actually set up a program where anyone who owns, let's say at least probably, what are you thinking, like one Bitcoin?
Half a Bitcoin to one Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah. We can actually help you now. You can earn off of your actual Bitcoin. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's some caveats to it. What we are doing is we have partnered with some mining operators.
Yes.
And some of the folks who have a lot of Bitcoin, they want to convert their capital into cash, right? Into a cash flow, into a consistent cash flow. They also want to be able to buy Bitcoin at a discount. Now, this is not for your everyday person who wants to buy, $1,000, $30,000, $50,000 of Bitcoin off of the OTC market. With the no KYC, we can do that for you. But larger investors, or eventually a pool of investors with a minimum 100,000 or so, we can get a pool of, it's $1 million minimum that we buy the silos. And Bitcoin mining is something that has tremendous benefits, and we're going to bring that to our members, exclusively to our PMA members.
Yeah, and this is what I think is really important people realize. You aren't selling your actual Bitcoin. We help you where we help you set it up where you actually get a loan against your Bitcoin, so you never sell it. As Michael Saylor says, never sell your Bitcoin, leverage the shit out of it.
That's exactly right. Now, most of you folks know that we started with a loan program, a traditional loan program that leverages your good credit so that you can borrow money at a certain rate, and then you can use that money to buy Bitcoin through our no KYC Bitcoin program, which was the second program, right? So these two you are very familiar with. And this is where we want you to focus right now. This is where we want you to get your loans. this is where we want you to start buying your Bitcoin and creating your wallet. Now, the next phase of our expansion is going to be to pool some of the Bitcoin for those who are interested into a pool that we can essentially take 70 cents to the dollar, 70% against the asset value. So if we can get, say, 10 Bitcoins at 100,000, we got $1 million worth of asset value, we will be able to take a loan of $700,000. The Bitcoin still stays yours. It is yours. It is yours. Appreciating. It is not wrapped Bitcoin. It is not converted through some kind of an atomic swap. None of that nonsense.
Nope.
It stays in a multi-sig wallet where the lender has a part of the key. It's called shards. It's a Fireblock system. Effectively, it breaks a private key into 3 bits. One of the bits stays with the lender. One of the bits stays with you, and the third one stays with the trust, with the trustee, basically a trust account. And it's all written into the smart contract for the term of the loan. So, long story short, we can borrow that $700,000, and we can now go, and we are putting a program together. We already have the signed partnerships for that, and we have infinite scalability, by the way, because we're working with some large public companies. We have partnerships with 5 locations already. One is in Kentucky, one is in Texas, 2 in Mexico, 1 in Dubai. And it's expanding further in Iowa as well. These are large-scale Bitcoin mining operations. We're using state-of-the-art S21 ant miners, and we invest that money into buying ant miners. All of the power is being brought in at a very reasonable cost. And what it does is every single day, just like a dollar cost averaging, your money is producing Bitcoin. Every single day.
Everything he just said is accurate. Let me shorten it up even more. If you own at least half of a Bitcoin, you can make money off of your Bitcoin without selling your Bitcoin. That's the translation of all of the shit he just said into shit that I can wrap my head around.
Dr. J puts it in a more structured manner.
Yes.
Ben gives it straight to you, and I like that.
I'm a lot more if you got Bitcoin, you can make money without selling your Bitcoin. And that's what we offer our club members. And we can actually roll what your income off of that and purchase you more actual Bitcoin with no KYC. Hey, this is what I wanted to do. This is why I've launched all of the clubs, because we're reaching a point right now. If you look at Wall Street and you see how it's like going to shit, well, there's a reason for that, because we are transitioning into a new economic model. And the wealthy people know we're doing it. So what they are doing is they are liquidating assets out of the old system and moving it into the new system. He goes, this is what they're not going to tell you, is there are almost every major corporation is looking into doing exactly what Michael Saylor has done. I guarantee you, folks, there are major corporations, let's just say Fortune 100, probably 91 of them are seriously looking into this. The reason I know that is I have a friend up in New York who works with a company called, let's see, what is it called? It's actually called something like NIDIG. I think that's right. And they're helping all of these major corporations set up for doing a Michael Saylor. And they're all in a race right now. This is what I've heard on every single call I have been on. Everyone's in a race to front run Trump. Kansas, Idaho, Missouri, Texas, Florida. I think there's 31 states that are literally running their asses off trying to get a reserve set up before Trump sets it up. Now, Trump has a goal. This is inside information. This is not me just pulling it out of my ass. Is because I got my Washington guy. You know who you are. Which reminds me, I'm actually going to call you and have you on the show here again soon. Trump is going to start purchasing Bitcoin in October. That's his goal. Because what he's basically going to do is roll all of the savings from Doge, roll it into the Treasury. Then the Treasury is actually going to allocate. Here's some for gold. Here's some for Bitcoin. Here's some for
filling up the strategic reserve of
right.
petroleum. Yep.
Exactly. Here's a little paying off our actual debt, and we are not talking a little bit of money. We're talking billions and billions of dollars, and that will be all of the savings every single month is going into the reserve assets. So we're slowly going to build this up, but that amount of money put in on a monthly basis into friggin' Bitcoin, we are talking at the minimum four to six, if I can remember the call correctly, 4 to 6 billion a month going into the Bitcoin purchasing.
Now think about it. Michael Saylor did this for corporations. The government, Trump is doing this for the government. The Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club is doing exactly the same thing for the average person.
Yes.
For the members.
That
it's the same exact strategy right across the board.
From the very first show I did was me telling everyone the goal of this show is to get the little guy into the Bitcoin before the big boys actually got involved. And for years, everyone called me crazy. They're like, look, the federal government's not going to buy Bitcoin. And I said, yes, they will. And I went on shows. I argued with like well-known
economists and
economists and professors
and
I mean bankers and all that. Because what I knew and what they couldn't wrap their heads around because they've never seen it and they don't know history is currency, natural decentralized currency isn't issued from the government.
And there you have it. True freedom
Yes.
is not granted by the
Bingo.
government. It is not
Bingo.
granted by some fat ass bureaucrat in a cheap suit, telling you that you have some rights.
Right.
Okay? It's not granted by some banker who shows up and says, "Oh, you have the right to buy this or not buy this."
Yep.
Freedom is granted by God.
Absolutely.
And our Constitution says so.
Absolutely.
And that's the creed by which we run our clubs.
Yes, we revolve around freedom. That's why I got into the Bitcoin, because this is what I want people to wrap their heads around, is when you reach a certain point, when the general public uses a certain currency or a certain way of actually paying for services and the goods. Let me use an example of a credit card. In 1978, they existed.
They did, yes.
But not many people used them.
No, even though it was introduced in 73 and they did the first transaction from Hawaii.
Yep.
Actually. But you're right. By 78, it was still not in
very low usage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And everyone would ask Walmart or what, hey, when will you accept credit cards? And they'd always say, when the public adopts it, we will accept it. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going through right now. Right now, we are the early days of credit cards. I mean, cha-ching, credit cards. You know what I mean? That old
exactly right.
crappy ass fucking machine that never worked on the first try.
Yeah, then you take your card and put it on your shirt and make sure the magnetic stripe worked again and was clean, and you blew onto it and you tried it again and prayed to God with your fingers crossed that it works this time.
Yes.
I remember those days.
And that's where we're at right now, because in the early days of credit cards, it was strictly business to business transactions. And then it evolved into where the general public could use it. The technology improved and showed the ability to handle that volume. And we all eventually got credit cards, and we got cards from our credit unions.
Well, the average person has 17 cards in their freaking wallet, and we are a debt-laden society. So it impacted our world in ways that we never anticipated. Even a convenience turned into a burden.
Yep, and over the last 8 years, a lot of people have switched over where
QR codes. Yep.
They actually pay. That's what my children do. They don't pull out a card.
No.
They boop, and voila, they're off and running. Well, that's what cryptos is transit. I'll say cryptos, but what the initial run is going to be on the actual, Bitcoin, and where you'll hold 100,000 Satoshis on an app linked with your Apple Pay or your Google Pay or whatever. And you walk up and go, boop, and voila, they'll receive over the Lightning Network. Because remember, folks, those of you who have watched my show the longest, you'll remember when I was the show that broke the news that Visa and MasterCard had signed a deal with the Lightning Network. This was actually back in or
No, 2000.
2017 early, because I remember that the Lightning Network CEO, I was at the very first Litecoin summit ever. And who was there with me on stage? The CEO of the Lightning Network. And her and I, we sat and talked for hours at a bar right next to the conference. And she was explaining, we actually just received about $2 million worth of funding from Visa, and MasterCard is also helping us out.
I mean, what a tremendous war story. I mean,
Right.
This is what this club is built on. It's built on those amazing experiences you've had, those amazing insights you've had, and you've had those insights early.
Yes.
And so when your track record is impeccable, I mean, you have stated things that were going to happen, and they did happen. So, folks, when we tell you right now, when Ben tells you right now, this is a good time to fatten up that Bitcoin wallet, listen to him.
Yes, absolutely. Speaking of that, let's see how long. Oh, yeah. Hold on one second, folks. We are going to have a word from our sponsor, and we will be right back.
Welcome to the future of finance. Are you ready to unlock your crypto potential? At Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club, we're not just a community, we're a revolution. We're a thriving community with educators that can help you get started. With clubs nationwide, your membership opens doors across the country. We can offer you no KYC Bitcoin purchases through the club. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club, where friends become family and everyone's invited to the crypto revolution. Join us today and give us a call at 562-526-0813. Your crypto adventure awaits.
What our club members need to know, Ben, it's about the culture. It's the culture that you have built. It's the culture based on freedom. It's the culture based on the early days. They need to know that they're part of an incredible revolution.
Oh, hang on a second. I think we're live again.
Oh, we are. Okay.
We're sitting here waiting for the ad to run, and we're like, blah, 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 blah. And then I told him, kiss my ass. No. It's as you were saying. Yeah, I am very
Open
blessed.
mic.
Yes.
You know,
open
at least we
mic.
were saying good things.
Absolutely.
We were caught with our pants down
But
here.
yeah, it's when I originally launched the show, there wasn't a whole lot of crypto YouTubers. There were only maybe 10 of us, and a lot of them, almost all of them, are like really huge. You know, Ivan, it was me, Ivan, let's see, Ken Pozak, Omar Bam, another guy over in China that went by the name of, what was it? Something like Box Mining. And he's huge over in Asia. There weren't a whole lot of us because we literally just went on each other's shows and talked. That was basically our shows. And as it grew, because I can remember hanging out with Brian Armstrong from Coinbase, the CEO of Kraken, which his name is Jesse, and probably 4 or 5 other like serious players. We were all hanging out in a bar in San Francisco. And I mean, this was the early days when, you know, Coinbase was popular in the crypto world, but like no one outside of cryptos knew what the fuck Coinbase was. And they really didn't know who Kraken was because he was like a rebel, you know, libertarian wacko guy, and hanging out and watching and sitting there talking, and we were talking about Bitcoin and cryptos and stuff, and it's really amazing watching all of these places grow. And I have friends like that who reach out on a regular basis, and they're like, damn, you're launching another club? Yep, we got one in St. Louis, one in Texas. And don't forget we have resorts in El Salvador and all. And they're just blown away. I mean, they were like, dude, you went from a YouTube nobody to a YouTube powerhouse, and now you own all of these clubs and resorts, and it just shows. And you're still early. We're still early. That's what's crazy.
It's an infancy.
Yeah. Explain, as you've actually, you know, gotten involved, and I hired you. Everyone, this is my new CEO. And explain what do you love when you come to work? I mean, what have you really seen, and what has really caught your attention on our industry?
So, firstly, thanks for just actually getting me involved in this amazing organization, you know, you have built. And what I find really fascinating is Bitcoin is unapologetic. Bitcoin doesn't ask for permission. Bitcoin asserts its authority. Its authority to say that you have the authority to keep what you earn. You have the authority not to devalue your hard work and labor. And Bitcoin is about freedom. I owned 2 clubs before, health clubs that were called freedom clubs, freedom wellness.
Yes.
So that notion of freedom was always very near and dear to my heart. And the story of Bitcoin is the story of freedom. And when you started these clubs as private membership clubs, folks, this is really important you understand. There's a reason why Ben chose this as a private membership association, because what he was building was not a club where you just go and hang out and have fun. It's a beacon of freedom. It is a beacon of light that stands out in the middle of mediocrity, in the middle of people bowing and praying to their county ordinances, in the middle of places where you're bowing to your state ordinances. And no, folks, this PMA and every other PMA that we built is built on divine rights.
Yep.
On divine rights of man. So that is what caught my attention, because you jumped the chasm from Bitcoin being a digital world to a physical world where that freedom is expressed. So what attracted me the most to this was, wow, here's a man who's fearless, who not only speaks of freedom, but he has actually created a sanctuary within which freedom can be exercised by every one of us. So when you become a member, you're not signing a contract. You're signing an oath, a loyalty to the Constitution.
Yep.
When you step inside the club, which is only for private members,
Yep.
you are essentially saying, I now abide by common law. Commercial law does not apply to me.
Yep.
I'm a free and sovereign human being. I'm free to do things inside here in this private space with laws that are governed by God, by common law, not by commercial law. So this is the very first thing you need to understand as members, and what attracted me, because the parallels are uncanny. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer protocol, right? You all know that. But now translate that to the club. The club is a peer-to-peer organization. We can mentor each other. We can trade with each other. We can sit and have a cigar with each other. We can play a game of poker. We can trade business. It's not a commercial transaction. It's a peer-to-peer transaction.
We are free.
We are free
in here because of how I shaped it. And that was all on purpose, because like you said, I didn't just want a club. Anybody can have a club. What I wanted was a freedom church.
Yes.
And now, because of how I've shaped it, even if you never put your foot in this club, joining our club, because you have access to our website, all of the rights of the club are yours in your home, because you can hop on our website or you can call us and
participate
absolutely.
In an exchange of ideas, an exchange of currency, and the exchange of value, relationships, knowledge, wisdom. All of it is peer-to-peer.
Yep.
It is freedom. It's freedom. It truly is freedom. And it's rooted very much, the PMA structure is rooted very much in the First and the Ninth Amendments. The first one, of course, religion, gathering together, press, freedom of speech, and so on and so forth. But a lot of people don't really understand the Ninth Amendment, which essentially says, if a right is not explicitly stated in the Constitution, then by definition, it is available to the citizens.
Yep.
And so when you tie the First and the Ninth together, you start to form the foundation, the pillars on which the PMA structure is built, which gives us these rights, which gives us these freedoms. So I think this has been really very attractive to me, because what you're building here is a church. You want a church of freedom. It's a church of freedom. It's not just a club where, yes, we're going to hang out and we're going to play poker and we're going to have spirited conversations and debates and podcasts and sharing of all of this stuff. But at the heart of it, it is the same principle that applies to Bitcoin. It is yours. You can trade it freely without being surveilled.
Yep. It is sovereign.
It is sovereign.
Yep.
And that is what this club means to me.
Well, thank you for accepting the job offer. Because
it's my pleasure, sir.
We have reached a point in our organization where it's larger than what I have ever ran. I had the remodeling company, I had employees, I did all that, but this is larger now. I mean, we're on club number, 4 or 5?
Almost 5.
Texas, yeah. And we're launching one in Las Vegas. We're launching one in California. Bix Weir, I love you. And another one here in Florida. This is outgrowing the expertise I have, and that's why I brought you in. And when you and I are working together, we're unstoppable, because we each have great ideas and we each have no fear. I can't tell you how many times him and I have had a conversation, and he's like, all right, we're kind of like getting pushback from blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. And my response is, fuck them. You know, we don't need their permission.
And I execute on that.
Yes. And I'm who says, fuck you. He's who flips the finger and says, fuck you.
Well, you know, truth is often whispered before it is shouted from the ramparts, right? And so what these clubs are doing is it's starting to create some critical mass with every one of our members who walks into the club, every one of our members who takes that time to just drop by before or after work or during lunchtime and just come and be in this sacred space, be in this space where you can interact with your fellow members, where you can exchange ideas of freedom, where you can talk about sovereignty, where you can talk about the Bitcoin price candles, where you can talk about things that are truly important in our lives and the lives of our children. That's what we are here to do. Each one of you is an important part of that journey.
Yep.
So we need to keep bringing people in physically.
Yes.
That community that we are building is the essence of what freedom will be built around.
Yep. I view it as our clubs are the armory of our army.
Yes.
And
Indeed.
where you actually come here, you watch our shows, or you hang out in the clubs.
These are the muskets, the digital muskets
exactly.
of freedom.
And because the strongest weapon in the world is knowledge. And we at our club, that's what we teach is knowledge. And we show you the weapons and we teach you how to use them in your everyday life.
It's interesting you mentioned that because just this morning I was having a conversation with our friend Nathan, who is putting together a very structured program for courses, not only to learn about Bitcoin, but we are going to include some chapters, some courses on understanding what your sovereign rights are, on understanding what common law is,
yes,
what freedom. If you do not know the rights that you have, you will never exercise them.
Absolutely.
So that knowledge transfer, not just about Bitcoin, not just about how you can buy or how you can mine, but truly understand that you as a sovereign human being have the right to live free.
Absolutely.
Not as a slave, but
exactly.
as a free citizen, and there's something very beautiful about that which we need to fight for, and we need to fight every day. And these Bitcoin Ben crypto clubs are homes which foster that, and will keep promoting that.
Absolutely. All right, guys, we are going to wrap this up. Jay, would you let the people know where they can get a hold of us if they're interested in a loan to purchase some Bitcoin?
Yes, that 941-413-6920. That's the number. Call that number. Text that number. We will get you the loan package. We will get you the information. Once you receive the loan, call my number or text me directly, and I will send you instructions of how you can send money to us so we can do your no KYC Bitcoin purchase.
Yep.
We have a very finely tuned program right now. Everything is working quite well. Usually Tuesdays, 5 p.m. is our cutoff for the week. And
hang on.
Yes.
He always goes into like the detail, which is why I hired you, because you're very detailed. Let me wrap this up real simple. If you want information on a loan to purchase some Bitcoin, give us a call at
941-413-6920.
Right. And then we can give you all of the information that he was just about to rattle off for 10 minutes.
All right, folks. Keep the fire in your soul and Bitcoin in your wallet and keep marching forward. We're here to support you.
Absolutely, guys. We love you, and I am traveling to Texas for our Texas Club tomorrow, and you will be hosting your show
From
tomorrow
Iowa.
morning. From Iowa.
Yeah.
Live from Iowa.
That's it.
All right, everyone have a great day. We love you, and I will see you guys on Friday. He will see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
I enjoy doing these shows.
Ever wondered how safe your online activities really are? How secure is your digital footprint? In the vast realm of the internet, privacy and security are paramount. Without adequate protection, your personal data might be at risk. There are solutions to these issues, and today we're going to talk about two of them. Introducing Liberty laptops from CALIX Solutions. These cutting-edge devices are meticulously designed to bolster online privacy, providing you the liberty to surf the internet incognito. The World Wide Web can be a wild frontier, but with Liberty laptops, your online privacy is always protected. We also present you crypto laptops, designed with cryptocurrency users in mind. Equipped to support a myriad of wallets and exchanges, these laptops are tailored for seamless cryptocurrency transactions. They offer enhanced security protocols to keep your digital assets safe. Crypto laptops ensures a secure and smooth cryptocurrency experience. It's time to take control of your online privacy and security. Venture over to CALIX Solutions and explore our Liberty laptops and crypto laptops. Don't forget, our affiliate program lets you earn $50 per sale. Visit calixsolutions.io now or call 702-845-8276 for more information, because your online safety is our priority.